I'm a registered firearms owner.
Sorry, I missed that, Sam. You're registered?
Firearms owner.
Yep.
In the UK, so all above board with a license, etc. I was recently told by a leading gun sales website, they notified that my information from their website had been hacked, and I then confirmed this online, that my information had been put out online. Now, I subsequently, a couple of weeks later...
Sorry, what information, Sam?
Right, so this is the fairly important bit. So addresses and actually, for some bizarre reason, latitude and longitude of a registered address. That'll
be your IP address, latitude and longitude, I suspect.
No, physical, geo...
Okay, when you say addresses plural, just explain that. Most people only have one address.
Yes, so this will be any addresses, billing information, or registered address on your account on the website. So this information was then published online by an animal rights group who had published they had gone through the effort of geo-tagging all the lat and long of each address onto a Google Maps download. And they were encouraging their members to go and speak to people about firearms ownership and hunting. This was subsequently reported to the National Crime Agency. And I think it's been taken down, but it's popping up every now and again. Now, this is kind of fairly distressing. I'm waiting for a knock on the door, and being a firearms owner is quite a level of responsibility. So I've got to make sure security and all these kind of things, and one element of security is just not telling people or not having it known. So my question is basically that what recourse do I have? I was subsequently contacted by a third party for seeking GDPR breaches and all this kind of stuff where they take a fee. Now, is it negligent for someone to hold that information? Is it negligent for them to allow them to be hacked? Or what kind of recourse have I got out there? Because I'm sat at home with I understand. Guns in the cabinet waiting for a knock on the door.
And it's quite scary to be in that position. And I completely understand that, and it's through no fault of your own. This is a 2-hour conversation, Sam, but I'm going to give you the 2-minute version, I'm afraid.
Okay.
First of all, you have a potential claim against the website. If they lacked sufficient security on their site and information got leaked, then they are almost certainly in breach of the Data Protection Act. It's more commonly referred to as the GDPR. And the website will be liable for damages, compensation, both for any financial losses that you suffer. So if you get additional security on your door for the cost of that additional security, and also for any distress that you've suffered as a result. And I can tell from your voice that you're worried about it and it's playing on your mind.
Yes.
Also, you would have a claim against the animal charity. Now, don't name them, but is it a big animal charity, or is it a bunch of a couple of teenagers in a loft somewhere?
I'll be totally honest. I don't know who they are. All I've seen from this is the information from the website. So they've kind of been diligent enough to email their users, but they haven't told me who it is. But it's been confirmed from them and from the NCA that this has actually happened. So I don't know the name of the organisation that's published this or encouraged their users.
So I was going to say you'd have a claim against them as well, but if it's a very small charity without assets, there's no point suing them, because if they haven't got the assets, they can't pay any compensation. What you could do is get an injunction to stop them posting it again, but it sounds like since the National Crime Agency has been involved, they're not likely to do that anyway. I'm assuming the versions that pop up that you've described are not put up by the charity, they're put up by people who have a copy. Is that right?
Yeah.
And that's going to be impossible to track. I think your best option is to sue the website, but I'm not convinced you're going to get a huge amount of money, I'm afraid, Sam. There is a firm of solicitors I'd recommend who are very, very good at this sort of thing. Their name is Cohen Davis. Cohen Davis, and they specialise in this, and they will have a chat with you over the phone, I'm sure, for a couple of minutes to find out whether they think you've got a case and whether you're a good fit for them and vice versa. But this may be something where litigation isn't really the answer, because you're suing the website. they may be legally responsible, they're probably not morally responsible, but the level of compensation isn't going to be that large, and it's not going to solve the problem that you want solved, which is stopping your name appearing on the internet.
Yes. Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much.
Sam, thank you. And I'm sorry I couldn't give more helpful advice, but that's all there is. Often the law is a blunt tool.